My name is Luke Lantz, and this is my report on the MSLE 3800 Leadership Project. Food insecurity, defined as not knowing where your next meal is coming from, is a prevalent issue in the United States. It affects roughly 13% of households in the US and roughly 12% of households in Utah. It was reported last year that roughly 15% of the population went to a food bank or food pantry when they did not have enough. That is why my team and I sought to host a food drive for the Cache Valley Food Pantry, such that we can acknowledge their efforts in helping those in need and aid them in their efforts to do so. All four of the fundamental pillars of leadership, learning, empathy, authenticity, and drive were experienced during this project. Starting with learning, it was a learning task taking these four guys who all had experience in this work, and they just started spewing out all of these great ideas, trying to figure out how they could be applicable to our goal. Everybody had varying focuses and various visions from their experience as to how this project would go, trying to get everybody on the same page and get this understanding of everybody else was a task. And lastly, taking these great ideas and these various focuses and utilizing them, intertwining them towards this unified vision, this unified focus for the project, demonstrated learning. The next pillar is empathy. There was a lot of empathy within the team just because of time management, having 5 guys with 5 different schedules, figuring out when we could meet and how we could do all this stuff was very difficult. There were a lot of external pressures, and almost everything we did was easier said than done and didn't come out the way that we thought that it would. And lastly, there was emotional involvement from the people we were trying to get on board, trying to use pathos to get them to understand the problem and why we were trying to help and how they could help as well. The next pillar is authenticity. From the team, this came a lot from the start, having everybody talk about their values and their past experiences, trying to get everybody to open up so that we have this state of psychological safety such that everybody felt like they could speak and everybody else could question, acknowledge, and criticize things that were going on so we could better each other. There was also a lot of vulnerability between us and the people we were trying to get on board, as I asked my team every time they talked to somebody to relate it to their values and to a personal experience. The last pillar is drive. Starting with teamwork, there was a lot of movement going from a group of guys into an organized team with a unified vision based a lot on values and the psychological safety, and it gave everybody this sense of ownership over what they were doing, and everyone was very involved, very proud to share the work that they were doing, and this led to a lot of collaboration as well. Unfortunately, we had to change our goal to meet more realistic parameters, but ultimately our goal was to raise 50 pounds of food. My team and I managed to raise 62 pounds of food, and we hope that our humble efforts are enough to help the Cache Valley Food Pantry serve those in need this winter. Thank you.